Thanks for tuning in to Art House Garage, the snob-free film community. Let's talk about It Chapter 1. So It is a pretty popular story right now, kind of zeitgeisty, a lot of Facebook memes and that sort of thing. But if you've never heard of it, basically it is the ultimate scary clown movie and story. I say story because it was originally a novel by Stephen King, a really fat novel, which I have not read. And there's been at least one other film adaptation that I know of. But this one that came out in 2017 is the most popular right now. And of course, Chapter 2 has just come out. So it's in the conversation at the moment. This was my first time seeing it, and I really, really liked it. So the story basically is about a group of kids in a small town called Derry. And a lot of unusual things have been happening in this town. And children disappearing. And so this main group of kids starts to investigate what's going on. And that's the main thrust of the story. It's really good. And I think a big part of that is the world building and like the set design. It feels like a real town. We see a lot of different parts of town. The houses we're in feel like real homes. There's a haunted house at one point that doesn't feel like a cliched haunted house, but really draws you in and is designed in a really scary and compelling way, I think. It's got a group of kids at the center, and it feels reminiscent of kind of 80s movies like The Goonies or Stand By Me, another Stephen King property. But it's got this group of kids kind of coming of age, learning about the world, and about themselves and each other. And that's one of the really nice things about it as well. That's kind of, really that's the main point of the story, is the development of these kids. There just happens to be a scary clown chasing them around. Speaking of the scary clown, he's another reason why this really works. His name is Pennywise, and he's very scary. The performance is really good by Bill Skarsgård, and he's really an electric screen presence. Anytime he's there, I mean, he's the monster, so of course you pay attention when he's there, but you kind of can't take your eyes off of him. He's really, he's a great villain. He's really well done. The character design is great. The performance is great. And I think the editing and the direction of this whole movie is great, but especially in those scary scenes. That's when there's some more unusual and maybe editing choices made. And you see some of the supernatural kind of things that are happening. They're shown off in a really good way, I think. I'm not really a horror guy. I haven't seen a lot of horror movies, so I can't compare it to much as far as being well directed. But I like horror movies, and among the ones I've seen, I think this is a well done movie. The other really great thing about this are the child performances. I love kid performances in movies, and so this movie's just filled with them. They're all really strong. None of them, I think, are flawless, but they are all really solid performances. Sophia Lillis plays Beverly, the one girl in the group. She's wonderful. She's not really the protagonist, but she's the character with the strongest story, I think. The most compelling story. And her performance is really, really good. There's another kid, one of the kids is named Eddie. He's played by Jack Dylan Grazer, and he's also in the movie Shazam. He's got like a really idiosyncratic kind of way of acting, but he's really likable, and he's really memorable, very watchable. I just love anytime he was on screen as well. There are a couple smaller parts with Mike and Stanley. Chosen Jacob plays Mike, and he, again, doesn't have a huge role, but his delivery, he's very nervous. That's part of his character. And just his face. He's got a great face for being a scared kid, and it really works. And then Stanley is played by Wyatt Olaf. Again, not a huge part, but he's got the look of a scared kid. He's Jewish, and he has his bar mitzvah during the movie. So he's got a great role as well. So Jeremy Ray Taylor plays Ben, and he really shines as well. I didn't know if he would be a very major character when we first met him. He seemed like someone we might meet and then just move on from, but he ends up being part of the core group, and his performance is good. He's very memorable as well. The lead here is Bill. He's sort of the main character of the story. His younger brother, Georgie, goes missing at the beginning. Bill is played by Jaeden Martell, and he probably does have the strongest performance here. He has a stutter. His character has a stutter, and he has just a tortured older brother looking for his younger brother. He has just a strong thrust plot-wise of what he's after, and Jaeden Martell plays it really, really well. And then, of course, I can't forget about Finn Wolfhard, who plays Mike in Stranger Things. You might recognize him there. He is so funny in this. He's sort of the comedic relief. He's fast-talking, kind of a jerk, but he's very funny. I'd say 90% of the time his jokes landed, and they landed hard. Like, they were really funny. I was laughing. I was watching by myself, and also I was nervous because I was scared, but I was laughing so hard. A lot of horror movies have like a comedic relief element to them. In this movie, that is Finn Wolfhard's character, Richie. He's really, really funny. Good job, Finn Wolfhard. So It Chapter 2 is out in theaters now. 2 years later, this is following the kids many years later in the story. They have now become adults. I'm very excited to go see this. I want to see, I've heard there's more of the child actors than you would expect. They come back, it tells both parts of the story, young and old. So there's a lot more of these kids, which I'm excited about, because that was one of my very favorite things about Chapter 1. I'm really excited to see how the adult actors take on those same characters and show what are these kids like now as adults. It's got Jessica Chastain, who is one of our greatest living actors, I think. It's got Bill Hader, who I just love in everything, really. And he plays Richie, the funny kid. So that's perfect. I'm assuming he'll have some comedic chops showing off in this movie. So if the director, Andy Muschietti, can keep up the strong tone and sense of place that Chapter 1 had in this small, creepy town of Derry, then Chapter 2 should be very memorable. I'm going to go see it this week, and I will post a review of it within a few days. So make sure to tune in for that. Thanks for watching this. You can follow me on Instagram, Letterboxd, Facebook, Twitter, at Arthouse Garage, and all those places, YouTube, and of course the blog and the podcast. Thanks for watching. If you want to reach out to me, it's Andrew at arthousegarage.com. We'll see you next time. Thanks.
You saw blood too?
Not blood. I saw Georgie. It seemed so real. I mean, it seemed like him, but there was this...
The clown. Yeah, I saw him too. Wait, can only virgins see this stuff? Is that why I'm not seeing this shit? Bill, if you'll come with me, you'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float.